The Ozarks have a healing quality. You can go in stressed, anxious, depressed, and yet somehow always leave rejuvenated. The land has this uncanny ability to change your entire outlook and shift your mood. This isn't a subtle or unique observation either. Ask literally anyone who frequents these hills and they'll tell you. It's almost medicinal and just what my family needed. Some Ozark therapy. As a dad, I can always tell when it's time to take the kids camping. The signs are subtle at first: pointless fights, constant bickering, everyone a little too cooped up for too long. The house starts to feel smaller. Screens get brighter and patience gets thinner. That's when I know we need the woods. We need mud and cold mountain air. We need challenge, teamwork, pace. Out there, something shifts. The noise of everyday life fades, and what's left is just us. The kids kind of forget to fight. They start noticing the world again. Sticks become swords, trails become stories, and the sky feels bigger than any screen. Now, don't get me wrong. There are absolutely still meltdowns, but I watch the kids come alive out here. And I remember, this is where we reset. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real. And real, it's what they'll remember. And one of the biggest myths in the world is this idea of the perfect family camping trip, especially if you have kids. They are still gonna fight. Although most of those moments don't make the cut in my videos, they absolutely do happen. The last thing I wanna do is paint some sort of a fake picture that's not relatable. Reality isn't picture perfect. But what I've learned is that the mess is kind of part of the magic. So I just embrace it. We continued this beautiful scenic drive through the Ozarks towards the Mulberry to find a nice spot to camp.
What's up, you guys? I'm stoked that you are here with us on this trip. We've been doing a bunch of different types of trips that have been kind of hectic and busy. We did the members trip, just got to doing, which was absolute blast. Encountered some rough weather, but had an incredible time. Then I've done some more historic stuff. So I did a couple of chapters of the Ghost of the Piney series. Those are kind of deep dives, really involved. And I tell you, I've been looking forward to doing a trip that was just completely chilling out. Like that was the only thing that we had planned. And this weekend, absolutely perfect. It is 60 degrees. We're at one of my favorite spots in the Ozarks, right here on the Mulberry River. This spot is always taken where the weather's nice. Shocked that we pulled in here and no one was here today. There's been folks floating the river, been folks fishing. Abraham's fishing. I mean, it's just one of those type of weekends where I could just live out here. I was talking to Summer earlier. We were just sitting here on the bank looking out over the water. And I said, you know, there is not a Airbnb river or lake house that you can rent that has a view that beats this. And this cost us a tank of gas. You know, of course, we have all our camping gear, but seriously, you don't have to have that. Tank of gas, get out to a spot like this, and you cannot buy a better view. That is why I am completely hooked by this stuff. Love it. Absolutely love it. Weather is perfect. Still no bugs. We're getting like right on the verge of summer hitting, but it hasn't come in yet. So we don't have the issue with the bugs. And yeah, it's absolutely perfect. So summer is here. You're gonna see here in this video. For those of you that don't believe that I have a wife and think that I'm just a bachelor with a bunch of kids that come on trips with me, I promise she exists. You're gonna see her on this one. This was one of those weekends where the stars aligned. You may have seen this spot, a few others like it, but this spot in particular in a couple of my videos, and you may wanna know how to get here. Now, if you're from this area, you know, live near the Ozarks, you will out here a lot, you see this and you know this is not a super difficult spot to find. You basically can take pavement in a very easy trail and hit it. But I know a lot of you guys don't know that, and I get messages from time to time of people saying, how do I find spots like this? Well, I give all my GPX coordinates out to channel members. And it includes this spot, my routes, waypoints, all that stuff. And so if you want access to that, you can just hit that join button down below, become a channel member, click the link in the video description, or you can scan the QR code right over here if you're watching this on a TV. Yeah, and I'll give that to you. And also, it can be kind of convoluted with all of the routes and waypoints. And so if there is a particular spot that you want access to, like this one, you can say, hey, that spot you camped in this last video, where was that? And if you're a channel member, I'll point you in the right direction. Also, if you're looking for an app to navigate those routes and waypoints, there's a lot of good ones out there. I work with OnX. You can click the link down below, scan this QR code, save 20%. It's a great app. And yeah, I hope that you'll check it out.
This one's for the attic. Above my garage, up some creaky stairs, there's a finished out attic space. It's got a marketplace couch, a TV on the wall. Some nights, after the house goes quiet, everyone's asleep, I go there, turn on the TV and play a video like this one. Mostly, I make content for you. Yes, you, the one watching right now. These stories are for whoever decides to click play. I love connecting with you, sharing the ride, but every once in a while, I make one just for me. They're rare, tucked quietly between the others, but they're the ones I go to the most. We're changing all the time, aging in slow motion, a kind of death by 1,000 cuts. At times it feels like we're on a train, heading home and speeding up with every new mile. But these videos, they sort of pump the brakes. I like to listen to the sound of my kids' voices, how they've changed. I see how they moved, how they smiled. I notice the new lines forming on my face, and my wife's too. A patina of memories. No, I don't want to go back. I'm much more excited about what's ahead, but these moments were part of the same ride that got us here. I'm grateful to these past versions of us. I hope all my future selves will feel the same way about this voice as they listen to it now. I know a video like this may not land for everyone watching, and that's okay. Because this one's for the attic.
A good morning, great night at camp last night. It was way more chilly than I had anticipated it being. My son was actually sleeping in a hammock last night, and I got up like 1 or 2 to try to convince him to come into the camper. I was like, there's no way that this isn't absolutely miserable for you. It was with all of the condensation coming off the mulberry. It was the top layer of his blanket was wet. Yeah, but he stayed out there, joined in the morning. It was freezing cold. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that it got down into the upper 30s last night with it being this time of year, but still great night. And then this morning with the fog coming off the mulberry, one of the reasons I love this spot is the way it's kind of isolated from the sun. Sun rises in this direction, and you have this big wall of trees and the Ozark Hills that kind of protect it. And so we're still in the shade, even though it's 8:45, almost 9 o'clock. And so that allows a whole lot of the condensation to build up and rise and really just makes for some beautiful shots out in this area. One thing that I have absolutely noticed that it's cool and it's sad is how every time this floods, which happens just about every year, it chews off a little bit more of this bank. So there were trees, actually a video that I did just a few months ago, I was camped under a tree kind of right off camera in that direction, and great shade tree right on the edge. It's completely gone. It's been completely washed away because of the flooding. There used to be a great big huge oak tree right here that's gone. And, so it's cool to see how this area kind of takes on a different look every time you come out here. But it's also, a little bit sad knowing that this spot as we know it, when we're old men, we come back here, it's going to be totally different. In fact, I was here one time and an older man drove up here in a vehicle. He said he used to live in the area and he's since moved on, but he was coming back through and he wanted to pit stop here because there used to be a big, huge oak tree that leaned out over the water with a rope swing that he played on as a kid. And he came here and he said it was probably 20 feet out where the water is today. It's been completely washed away. So it makes you enjoy it now while we've got it, because it's not going to always look like this. Where this spot's probably not going to be here for, too many more years. Is it good, Bob? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I think it's a thumbs down. I think you need to give it to your dad.
This is what it's all about. We finished up breakfast, sat around the fire, did a little fishing, fed the soul. These are some of my favorite moments, and I feel extremely blessed to have friends and family to share them with. This video is nothing epic, a short one-night getaway that you can hardly call overlanding. But you know what? Give it whatever title you think makes the most sense. I'm good with whatever, because at the end of the day, this isn't about wowing or impressing. I'm not trying to educate or tell some wild historical story in this one. Sometimes, you just gotta make them for the attic.
Thanks so much for watching this video. This is where we're going to end this one. I had an absolutely incredible time. I love getting out with the family. It's good stuff. Real quick, special shout out to our channel members. Thank you guys so much for supporting the content that we're making. Videos like this are made possible by folks like you. So throw your names up here on the screen. Special shout out to y'all. Also to our sponsors. Thank you so much. Awesome companies. Honored to work with each and every one of you. Links down to all of their websites below. If you would like to become a channel member and you're not already, you can hit that join button down below. Hang out with us in Slack and the community we've built over there. Get invited into members trips. Just all the little perks, GPS data and that kind of stuff. Really appreciate you guys. We're gonna end that one. This one, we're gonna end this one right here. But Abraham, is there something we want to wrap this up with?
Yeah.
Okay. More importantly, remember, the more you camp,
The less
Let's go.
I thought you were gonna say with me.
Oh, all right, let's do it again. More importantly, remember, the more you camp, the less deer. The aliens, the dogs.